And tonight we have two special guests. We have Nuria, who is an ACR representative, promotions and whatnot. And we have the CEO of America's Card Room, Phil Nagy. Welcome to the Drunken Donk, Phil and Nuria.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, and we have John Lifford is in the background, excuse me. So.
Oh yeah, and
Yes,
the other guy. And the other guy.
And the other guy, the guy just neglected.
He's in the corner.
So anyway, Bill, what we have to do is, why don't we start? You were just telling us briefly a little bit a while ago about some stuff you got coming up.
Yeah, well,
with the live cage.
Yep, we got the live cage coming up, and actually, it's and we were just talking about it. I want to just go ahead and address what we were talking about beforehand first before I get into all that, right? Just so I can get it out of the way, and the people that have those questions, we can get them out of the way, right? There was some accusations made a little while back about ACR and the poker network, and it's whether or not I handled it as the best possible, right? That's debatable for sure, right? Somebody made a video, said a bunch of things about super users and tournament flaws and this and that, and it's and bots, and he was right about some of it. There was a tournament flaw where at the end of late registration, a few people could register all at the same time, and it would take them to the same table. We had some problems where we had to ban some people, but it wasn't so widespread that it affected a bunch of people. So, we kept a close eye on it and was looking for a long-term fix. After more people found out, what happened since the video, we had to move to a hot fix. And now you look at the table balancing is a little bit different during late registration. Basically, we just always leave 9 or 12 seats open, right? So like 9 or 12 tables will always be playing 8-handed or 5-handed, depending on how many hands or how many seated the game is.
Okay.
So that we never create a new table with all new people, right? The new tables we'll create are from people who have already been in the tournament. So we plugged that flaw faster than we wanted to because when you say these things, people say, "Oh, I can go make money doing that," and it becomes an emergency. You got to deal with it there.
Right.
And basically, like I said, is the what rubbed me the wrong way about the whole situation was we're like one of the only poker sites that still take phone calls. We still have live chat. We have email. We try to make ourselves as available as possible to talk to people.
Yeah.
And then to just come out and say just some really felonious things that are just not true, when you can actually talk to us and that it doesn't have to be that, right? That's the part that really bothered me. Kind of the way, and this is again, everybody in the company is like, "What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" And I said, "I'm not going to do a damn thing for him or them, whatever." Right? My obligation is to the people that play on the Winning Poker Network. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I can make it, as fair as possible as I can. Are we perfect? No. Am I going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Right? When I find my mistakes, when I see my mistakes, am I going to make it right 100% of the time? Right? But at the same time, if you're going to come out and say these, if you're going to come out and say things that, how do I want to say this? Is
outrage.
I could have made a
ridiculous
piece. I could have made a really positive piece and said, hey, look, it's show me what you got. Let's look at it. Wow, that worked. That was this. I'll come on your show and say, hey, yeah, it's thanks for pointing this out. These are the things he pointed out that was right, that was wrong, but that doesn't sell newspapers.
Right.
Right. So. It turns out hate sells, right?
Well, people like drama, and unfortunately, in this world, you have half people people that don't want drama, and the other half that love starting it, and you just can't escape it.
What's my biggest mistake is, right? My biggest mistake is having information out there. If I went to the whole anonymous thing or let you change your username every 6 months, like some of the other sites,
bitch about that too,
I never have that problem at all. I'm never in that spot. So I was actually, giving the players what they're asking for as much as I possibly can, and then I get doomed for it.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, well,
It's one of them situations. Yeah.
So it's now and then with our 2+2 thread is closed, right? And that was 100% of the same kind of thing. We've been a sponsor for a lot of years, and they asked me to do some things for the business that I didn't think that made any sense at all. So I just said I just didn't send a check, right? And I was given an ultimatum. You have to do this or else. And I said,
for the DDoS attacks, or
no. This was just recently with this.
Okay.
2+2. We had a 2+2 thread to talk to the players and everything.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
And it's closed now. And it was because what I was asked to do. I felt it's our business. It's doing the things that I was asked to do. I didn't feel was in the best interest of the business. So,
yeah.
If that's the way you want it, that's okay.
Well, you got to do what he feels right. You just got to stick to your gut. If it doesn't feel right, you don't do it.
And again, it's the only part that I'll address is we have some emails that you can send to Game Integrity at Winning Poker Network or America's Card Room, and we look into all of these cases. We have people that are looking into it all the time, which that's why I wanted to address all of that first, right?
Good.
Just to kind of clear the air. I'm not trying to hide from it. I just won't. I have a real problem with bullies, right? I mean,
right.
the fact of the matter is I read about like on Facebook, it's where these kids just says this kid's gay or this kid's fat or this kid's this, and then they're killing themselves, and it's because the other kid is more popular than that kid, and he's saying stuff that is true or not true. It really doesn't matter. He's saying stuff that is meant to make him look better, and by tearing somebody else.
Yes, and there's a lot.
Absolutely no fucking reason for it.
And there's absolutely it's when we're approachable the way we are, right?
Right.
There's no need for that. It's not good for the poker community. It's not good for the poker world. It's not good for anybody, right?
And then eventually you have things that happen like that happened in Florida the other week.
That person because they get a whole bunch more views or whatever, right? That's what I'm going to say on that. Is if somebody doesn't like the way it was handled, I will be happy to send them their money, right? And part ways. In the meantime, if you want to play poker and you want to act right, and you want to play with what I view as the best site and the best site that there is, right? We're right here, right? There we go. That being said. Sure. Right?
We appreciate you sharing that. And did you guys have a commercial on ESPN running?
We have some. So we're doing a lot of. With the new $1 Million Sundays. And I went to my team and I said, you know what? I love these $1 Million Sundays, and I don't want them ever to go away. Right? We started with 12 because I was a little scared.
That was my next question.
I was a little. Oh my gosh! What if it doesn't work? Right? And that's why I put out 12. Recently, I've been talking to my team. They're like, "Oh wow, these $1 Million Sundays are almost over." And I got back from London, and I said, "Oh no, they're not going to go away. I'm having too much fun." Right? So no, we're going to keep doing them. Right?
What about are the layovers hurting you? Or?
Well, okay, so there was some questions on that. They people were like, I don't understand all the overlays and this and that.
Okay.
the fact is we've only of the $1 million tournaments that we've ever done, right? We've only covered like 2 of them. Ever.
Okay.
Right. The thing is, it's a marketing expense for us, right? And with the new signups that we're getting and the first deposits that we're getting and the growth that we're seeing, I can't spend better money, and it's putting right back in the players' pockets. I don't have a bunch of advertisers in the middle that take a big piece of it, right? And I couldn't be happier. And I literally had to sit down individually with some of the people in my office that are like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? And show them, hey, look, here's the KPIs I'm looking at. Here's where we're at. The net cost on this is it's really, really good, right? And they're like, oh wow, I didn't realize it was that good. Yeah, if I could run $1 million Sunday every Sunday and it overlaid, call it $100,000, I never stop.
Nice.
Now, you get up into the 180 and 200 and plus, then it gets a little stingy. It does. I'm not going to lie, right? But overall, everything else has grown so much. It's the cost is very cost effective, and maybe it's not the best marketing. But I've never been, I've never been traditional. Right?
MacGyver of a poker world.
I love the $1 million events, and I know that a lot of our players, they enjoy it. It's exciting, I won my seat, so I had my chance.
Quite a few members won a seat last week.
Yeah, poker's only good when it's big.
It's fun.
Poker's only good when it's big.
Yep.
So what was the most ever paid for a first prize for the $1 million?
$200,000.
Wow.
200,000. Okay.
Nice.
Yep. It's life changing. It's of these last millions. Some of these I'm able to pay that $150,000, $180,000 an hour after they win, right? Via with all the cryptocurrency and everything. Right? Somebody wants Bitcoin, and I can send them, their $170,000 an hour later, right? And nothing makes me happier than to pay somebody as fast as possible. As a matter of fact, we had one person that and again, I don't ever say anybody's names or say anybody, because the privacy policies and everything, I can't ever really do all that. But we had somebody that did a final table. And he was a very pronounced poker player. And we tried to send him a bank wire, and the bank said, no, he's a poker player, and that's gaming. You can't send it. Right? His bank wouldn't actually accept it from us.
Wow.
So we reached out to him and contact him, and we showed him how to get Bitcoin and send Bitcoin. And a few days later, he had his money. But it's rather than put it right back on the player, said, nope, your bank wouldn't take it. We went out of our way to make sure that we could pay him as fast as we possibly could. That's always been my motto. That's always been my motto is you can screw everything else but that part up. Right?
Yeah. You're right, though, because, when you win, you want paid,
Yeah. And
that's
in the history of this particular industry, there's definitely times where people didn't get their money, and I don't ever want that to be us.
I'm not going to mention other sites, but
no, we don't got to say any names. Everybody, it's in the back of people's heads. They're like, yeah, I remember who that was, right? That's right. We're pointing fingers, but rolling into what I was kind of talking about with speaking about the accusations and this and that. Back in November, I decided that I wanted to do a live cage down here in Costa Rica. Right, the live cage down here in Costa Rica. What the whole idea behind that was is it's the cage. It's super cool, right? It's we've never done a live cage before, right? So I thought that would be super. And really what I wanted to do was I wanted to bring people down here to Costa Rica, walk them through our offices, right? Kind of do a presentation of who we are, what we do, and where we see poker going and where we see things happening. Nice. And make that that connection, so people can know that we're real and that we're actually here working every day, doing stuff and working hard for your business. And I feel like over a year or 2 years of 10, 20, 30, 50 people coming down and doing that with it, it'll make that grassroots connection, right? That you just can't really get any other way.
Any other site or any other, yeah, I agree. Right. And I was actually wondering if that was going to be possible, like if we did come to Costa Rica, do we get to see what makes this year? Yeah.
So with the winners right now, right, I actually, for the first one, I actually personally called all these guys, right, and talked to them and said, hey, look, just because we've never done this, right, and make sure you know what to expect, right, I just wanted to give you a quick call, congratulate you, and walk you through what you're going to expect. On the Friday afternoon, right?
That's right. Now they're going to get a call.
What?
That's like, I didn't get a call.
Are we still there?
I'm so good. Ed was complaining he never got a call when he went from Punta Cana. We were just joking around.
Yeah. No, Punta Cana, I didn't call everybody. It's the Cage Live I did, but it was because we'd never done it before and people didn't really know what to expect. Nice. So I called them up, congratulated them, and said, "Hey, look, this is what you're looking to expect. Is Friday afternoon. We're going to do a quick tour of the office. Show us, do a quick presentation, show everybody who we are and what we're doing, right? And then after that, right, we'll head back down and we're going to have a early dinner with some of the WPN people that work here and yourself and myself, and kind of just shoot the shit. And I can say shit.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Okay. We get some drinks, right, Phil? Or we can have some drinks.
No, she's sick. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't making anybody angry. So that it's on Saturday. We play from 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It's a $5,000 cage, which means you start with 5,000 starting chips. At the end of the cage match, whatever chips you have in front of you is cash, right? So if you turn that 5,000 into 25,000, then you have $25,000, right? Nice. It's in a 6-max format. It starts at, please don't quote me, I'm remembering the structure off the top of my head. It's 10, 20, and then 25, 10, 20, 25, 50, 3-hour levels, right? So we're playing 4 levels, 3 hours each day, Saturday and Sunday. At the end of Saturday night, we're taking everybody out on a party bus, which is basically a big old bus with a bar inside of it, right? And we go to some dance clubs and music and lights and have a good time, and then take them back to the hotel. 1 o'clock, we start back up the next day, and I think it starts at 40-80 for 3 hours, and then 50-100 for the last 3 hours.
I got to get in this.
They're done at, we have got an RFID table, right? So you can see all the hole cards and everything for the featured table. And we'll be streaming it on Facebook Live and our Twitch. So you can record it yourself, or we'll have copies of it so you can go back and say, hey, look how dumb I was, or whatever. For the first time. Cool. Yeah, I actually get to play, right? And they'll see that I'm not actually a super user or bot or anything, right?
You're going to be a bounty? You're going to be a bounty on you?
No. I actually play to win, right? But again, like I said, it's just showing that we're real people and kind of go hang out with everybody. That was my idea with the Cage Live, is give everybody a really cool poker experience and hear what everybody has to say. And it's hopefully, if it's up to me, right, is we do the live cage down here every 2 months till I die. Right?
Nice.
I'm a big fan.
Well,
when I first heard the cage, when I first heard about the cage, I pictured, I didn't know what it was. I just pictured people sitting in a cage playing cards and then started playing it. But that was the first thing that came to my mind it was years ago. But anyway, just thought I'd share that. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. So there's that, and then we've got the $1 Million Sundays. I want to keep that every Sunday, right? The Cage Live, like I said, doing the whole grassroots thing. My entire goal in life
Okay.
Oh, the high five coming up, which you guys should enjoy, right? Right after the OSS Cubed, we got in April 20th coming, 420. It's coming the high five, 5 bigger tournaments. We do a courtesy break at 420 every day during those tournaments.
I remember that. Yes.
That's fun, right?
That is fun, yeah.
You know what? It's if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you? You shouldn't be laughing at anybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's right up TDD's alley. I mean, these guys are all for that, so they'll all be supporting that.
Well, here's something else. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, the one last thing that I think is super, super cool that I wanted to point out is our 7-day no rat hole tables. Right? You'll see them at the top of the lobby in the cash games, both Hold'em and Omaha. They're $50, $100, right? With a minimum and maximum buy-in of $1,000, 10 big blinds, which kind of sounds weird at first. But what it is for 7 days, if let's say you win $10,000 or $15,000 at that table, if you want to come back and sit at that table, then you got to sit back with whatever you had. Right? So we had the other day we had an $80,000 pot.
Wow.
Today I saw one guy had $180,000, another guy had $140,000 on the table, right? So we're building up, just this massive, really big. My prediction is in 6 months you'll see on any given night at that table $500,000 or $1 million even. Right?
Wow.
It's really, really cool. If you get a chance to take a look at it, go ahead and do that.
Someday.
Yeah. Well, it's the fact. The fact is, it's soon. I'm going to try to run some satellites to it, right? So you can win a satellite, and then you can sit with $1,000 and take a shot, right? See what happens. Right?
That's even cooler. Yes, I like that.
Yeah, and just like I said, is poker's only good when it's big. Making it life-changing money, it makes it all worthwhile. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
So
dreams do come true.
Yes.
Someone in the chat room wanted to know, was asking, is there going to be any updates for the Mac client?
Okay. Our Mac client sucks. Right? I'll just be honest with you. Our Mac client sucks, and basically we're doing a really big update that was supposed to happen in February. Now it's been pushed back, like 4 months, because if you're a software guy, you just know that's just kind of the way things are. Right? The Mac client is not going to not suck until we do this big update.
It'll suck less.
Right? Now, when we do this big update, instead of having a Mac client and a Windows client, it's going to be one client, so it will be totally as good as the other one. Right? Okay. Until then, when people ask me, are you going to update your Mac client? I said, yeah, go get Parallels, and the client's great. That was a joke, guys.
I got it.
Yeah. If you're a Mac, maybe a bunch of Mac people who use Mac just gave me the finger, right? That's just what it is, and I can't. I'd like to give you a better answer, but that's the truth.
Well, can you tell us, everybody that's listening, can we talk about how ACR got started in 2011?
Good question.
Yeah, well, ACR got started, so, boy, this is a big one. It's actually, I don't even mind coming back and doing that one another day, because I really got to devote a lot of time to that one.
Okay.
Sure.
ACR got started, after the whole Black Friday thing, but it's a much bigger story and super interesting and fun. And I've just already taken up so much of your time with, what's going on here, right?
Well, we'll hold you to that for sure.
Yeah. If you got any other things that I can help out with, right? I'll be happy to.
Appreciate that.
We appreciate that, yeah, very much. And I know that everybody that's listening, it was all positive remarks, everything you were saying, so everybody's listening.
Right, yeah.
And it helps because this is America's loved and TD's loved site.
Pastime. Yeah, most love site.
Yeah, it's all ACR.
I'll tell you what. It's personally. I hear a lot of love from a lot of people that I'm talking to, right? And just keep saying you love us, because when there's so much of that hate out there, sometimes I guess I'm not very good at being hated.
You should send out a bunch of I love ACR bumper stickers to everyone.
And we honestly, that's all we reinforce on the site is we don't allow bullying. We don't come in here, and if you're having a bad day, go somewhere else.
Yeah, check everything positive.
Yeah, because we're always like, no, you got, and we'll support them, rail them on the game, be like, no, you guys are doing great, keep it going, got this.
I'm definitely motivated through positivity, not motivated through negativity. For me personally, in my life, and unfortunately for some people, is I got to run the business the way I live my life. Right, and anybody who personally knows me says Phil's never ever going to respond well to that. Right? It's just not part of who I am. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, I can look myself in the mirror every morning when I get up, and so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That's all. That really comes down to it. That's all that matters, really.
So. It's play a whole bunch of tournaments, right? If you have any questions or problems, like I said, we have phones, live chat, everything else. If you think we're doing something wrong or right, give us a post on our Facebook or Twitter or whatever. We try to answer them as fast as possible. We're here. Look, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, right? So. Right. The fact is running a good card room is in our best interest, right? But running around like a chicken with my head cut off, right, is not in anybody's best interest, right? Yeah. there's sometimes you can fix things, on the fly, and sometimes things are going to take a little while, right? We got to roll with it.
Do it right or don't do it at all. Yeah.
Yes.
So, if you guys got anything else particular you want to talk about? But I didn't
say. I wanted to ask, do you have like a secret name you ever get on and just go in and play? I can just the moment.
That would be under the category as really bad. My account's actually WPN CEO, so I never get that that urge. I would love to be able to play. That's actually why I'm going to make sure that I play the cage, because poker used to be a really big part of my life, playing, and since I sat in this chair in 2011, I guess, I don't really get to play anymore. Which when you used to play a bunch of poker, it's just you don't. I don't have the time. It frustrates me to play on other sites. Because I look at, maybe I should do that, or maybe they should be doing this, or whatever, and I really hate other people influencing my opinion like that. So I don't even personally, unless there's something really cool going on, I don't even look at other sites for the most part.
I meant play on ACR. I meant on ACR.
No, I know. That would be under the category of absolutely. That would be a no. I don't do that. As much as I'd love to. I'm not going to lie. I have, right? We did some free rolls, and I got in as WPN CEO and, joked with some people, but that's about as far as it ever went. One other thing that you'll be seeing at cash game tables in the near future that I think is super cool, and I don't know if anybody else likes it or not, right? At the 7-day no rat hole tables, and we're going to have them in the heads up tables very soon, we have a sit-out time bank. Right. Okay. So what it is, when somebody's like table blocking or holding a seat and they're sitting out, and they basically it's not doing what they should be doing. Right.
Right.
You can anybody who has
collusion,
play money player, real money player, whatever. They can click that sit out time bank, and once your time bank's up, you are kicked off the table unless you sit in. So you can't sit you can't sit at a table and not play. And I tried to figure out how we could monitor that and help that. And I said, wow, I just don't think we can. But setting it up for the players to be able to monitor it is working out really well, and we'll be rolling it out to other cash game tables in the very near future. Right now, it's at the 7-day no rat hole tables. I thought it was
very cool.
I do have a question. Is there any name drop that you could give us, like pro players that play on ACR?
Lots of them, but again, that's where the privacy thing is. So like, so let's say here's a great example. Let's say your screen name is Monkeys Fly Out My Butt.
Okay.
and your circle of friends all know that your monkeys fly out my butt. And I do some kind of investigation. I find out that you are colluding or you are cheating in some way, shape, or form. If I tell anybody that I banned Monkeys Fly Out My Butt, right, then that person's circle of friends, circle of people will know, oh, that's Bob. Oh my gosh, Bob, you were cheating and got banned? So I don't even release a username when something like that happens, because maybe I was wrong. Maybe I banned him and I was wrong. I'm not infallible, right? We all can see that. Right? So I don't want to take that responsibility. I don't know who is, and at the same time, if somebody has their username and they don't put their real name, I really can't say anything, right? Okay. I have to bite my tongue and say, oh my gosh, that's so cool, he plays with us. Or she plays with us, right? It's and then I just have to bite my tongue. So yes, a lot of them do.
Nice.
Right? Okay. No, I can't tell you who.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you could or not.
Well, we were going to
ask.
Again, well, you know what? It's the same way if your ex-wife came over and said, hey, is he playing with you? I would never tell her. I gotta treat everybody equally like that, and that's a lot where this earlier issue that I was talking about in the beginning, right? I can't really address a lot of this. Even if I say I investigated this account or didn't investigate this account, that's so detrimental to somebody, right? Because it's always in the back of your head. Oh well, he got investigated. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I agree.
It's a fine line. I can't. I gotta be fair to everybody, but everybody doesn't have to be fair to me.
I got you. But like say I saw him on Twitch, and I could say, oh yeah, he definitely does. This is his screening. Yeah.
It's. But again, that's not for me to really release.
Okay, cool.
Where did you start playing, Phil? What site was your first site?
Let's see. The first site I played at. Oh, Paradise! Oh my gosh, Paradise Poker. Oh, I loved Paradise with the little flaming. The pots used to flame when you won the first one, and the second or third pot in a row or whatever. Paradise Poker. Yeah, that was where I played, and I fell in love with online poker. I started my very first experience with poker. Well, in a real poker room anyway, was in California. We were playing what they call Big O high-low, right? It's 5-card Omaha high-low. And I sat down with my, $100 or whatever, and I remember it's like the second hand, I got dealt 4 queens and an ace, and I knew I couldn't lose, right? In 5-card PLO high-low, 4 queens and an ace is not very good.
I just learned to play. Yeah, I'm starting to play PLO, so I got that.
Your first with Raquel, we're getting her into all kinds of stud and everything.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a family at home, and I've got like 100 texts from them.
Well, Phil, thanks for coming on tonight. We really appreciate it. Yeah,
thanks for having me on, and really, like I said, we're honestly we're really working hard to give you guys the best we can.
Thanks, nice. We appreciate it, and I'm sure all the members do too.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries. Have a good one.
You too.
And we'll take a break, and we'll come back in a little bit. This is the Drunk.
And tonight we have 2 special guests. We have Nuria, who is an ACR representative, promotions and whatnot. And we have the CEO of America's Card Room, Phil Nagy. Welcome to the Drunken Donk, Phil and Nuria.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, and we have John Lifford is in the background. Excuse me. So.
Oh yeah, and
Yes,
the other guy. And the other guy.
And the other guy. The guy just neglected.
He's in the corner.
So anyway, Bill, what we have to do is, why don't we start? You were just telling us briefly a little bit a while ago about some stuff you got coming up.
Yeah, well,
with the live cage.
Yep, we got the live cage coming up, and actually, it's and we were just talking about it. I want to just go ahead and address what we were talking about beforehand first before I get into all that, right? Just so I can get it out of the way, and the people that have those questions, we can get them out of the way, right? There was some accusations made a little while back about ACR and the Poker Network, and it's whether or not I handled it as the best possible, right? That's debatable for sure, right?